Shalom. Before I begin this video, first and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Rahawah Kakodash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. They continue to rule very well. Shalom to the Holy elect that's continually plowing in his work, that's giving out diligence to make your calling and lecture sure, in our faith, true sincerity. Shalom. And our topic of this video is going to be entitled Diseases and Plagues Not Written in the Book. Because as you can see on the screen, now you have this new antibiotic resistant bacteria, which is now present, in which they're deeming it, or they're naming it as a nightmare bacteria. All right. And now it's confirmed in 27 states by the CDC. All right. And this is dated back to April 4th, which is a few days ago. All right. So, as you can see, man, the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, which that's the name of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, and His Son's name, Yahushai. He's allowing these devils, which is the so-called white man, which is true biblical nationalities, Edom. He's allowing these devils to develop new diseases through the CDC, man, because the CDC, if you go into the acronym of CDC, is Center for Disease Control, because what the people don't realize is that the CDC holds diseases that we've seen in the past, like the Ebola virus, the H1N1 virus, swine flu. All right. All those other diseases that you heard about in the past, the CDC has control of all of them. That's why it's known as the CDC, the Centers for Disease Control. In other words, they control all the diseases that you hear about. And now you have this new disease, which is what they call a nightmare bacteria, right? And which is resistant to antibiotics. So in other words, any antibiotic or medication that you take, it won't be able to stop this bacteria. All right. That's why they call it nightmare bacteria, because, it's no cure for it. All right. And if there was a cure for it, then it'll resist that cure that they developed to combat this new bacteria. All right. And really, this is, like I said at the title of the video, diseases and plagues that are not written in the book. This is one of those diseases that are not written in the book. All right. There wasn't no such thing as a nightmare bacteria back in the ancient world. Back, when you had the prophets of old that are written in the Bible. See, now you got, this has just been developed. All right. And this disease, along with other diseases that the CDC holds, they're going to use these diseases against the people. All right. And not just the people, but the main target is our people, so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. All right. So it's not just going to target, every, or it's like, let me rephrase that. It is going to target every single person, but their main target is Jake, our people, Israelites. All right, because that same hatred is still rooted in Edom, in the nation of Edom, man. All right, which once again, the nation of Edom is the so-called white man. All right, and the nation of Israel is the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Okay, and this is one of the devices of Esau that he's going to use against our people. All right. And also, too, to meet his agenda. All right. In which, actually, I got it pulled up. Let's lock it. It says, maintain, which, this is a Georgia Guidestone, all right, which was set up. But this is one of the objectives that the elites are trying to meet, right, which is laid out on the Georgia Guidestones, right? Which the Georgia Guidestones is a set of objectives that these so-called elites, which is the banker families, starting from the Rothschilds all the way to the Rockefellers, the DuPonts, the Oppenheimers, Gettys, this is their agenda. This is the objectives that they're trying to reach, and this is one of their objectives, which is maintain humanity under 500 million in perpetual balance with nature. Okay, so in order to do that, they need something to destroy or kill the masses of the people. All right, and there's going to be multiple devices that is going to be at the use of Esau. All right, in which the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is allowing them to do that, because Esau is the sword that Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is going to use against these simple Americans, man. All right, especially among our people, specifically 2/3 of the nation of Israel. Okay. Now I want to go back to this article, right? Antibiotic resistant nightmare bacteria confirmed in 27 states, CDC says. All right. Now this is at a glance. I want to read this real quick. It says the antibiotic resistant germs are virtually untreatable with modern medicine and can spread like wildfire. So it can be, it can turn into an epidemic. All right. And before I read on, Salakia, I'm here at my job. It's almost 10:30. Well, yeah, it actually is. It's 10:30. But you know, like I said before, you know, with when I'm at the job, you know, Jake likes to come in late at night. So you know, if I had to handle business, Salakia. We know it says each year 23,000 Americans die from antibiotic-resistant germs. And how are those germs created, man? All right, it has to come from somewhere, and it's not from monkeys, man. All right, not from monkeys or exotic animals, like they say, because you have, I mean, and it's a fact, you have other nations that partake, or you know, they actually eat exotic animals, you know, certain animals, especially Hamites, which is so-called Africans. They eat certain animals to where they say that's where those diseases are coming from. All right, but yet here it is, they still eat the same animal, right, and they don't contract those diseases. So where are those diseases coming from, man? All right, you see how much of a hypocrite Esau is, man? All right, so this disease has got to come from somewhere, man. It's not, and it doesn't come from exotic animals. All right. So it said of germs tested by the CDC. All right, well that's one example right there, that germs are tested by the CDC, and that's what goes on in the CDC. They test these diseases and see how effective they are, man. All right, and these people take it as a joke, man. They think that, oh, CDC ain't gonna do that, you know. Well, why would the CDC be created just to test diseases, just to get rid of Americans? Well, let's go back to the Georgia Guidestones. Maintain humanity under 500 million. All right. So the CDC is one of the devices that Esau is gonna use to attempt to reach that agenda. Okay, among other things, man. All right. So cases of an antibiotic-resistant family of germs known as nightmare bacteria are on the rise and have been confirmed in 27 states. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says. All right. So the CDC has reported this, man, that 27 states are confirmed with this nightmare bacteria, man. All right. Which CDC Principal Deputy Director Dr. Ann Schuchat told reporters Tuesday that 221 cases of carbapenem-resistant CRE were reported in 2017 in 27 states, noting that this family of bacteria, along with other antibiotic-resistant germs, are virtually untreatable with modern medicine and can spread like wildfire, man. All right. And let's see. I want to skip down a little bit. It says even more concerning, perhaps, is the fact that antibiotic-resistant germs can spread from people, whether they are displaying symptoms of infection or not. All right. So you can't tell who has it, man, until later, right, when it's too late. Then it just died, man. All right, because I'm gonna show you a fact that, you know, it's a great chance that, you know, it's this you know, I'm not even gonna say a great chance, man. You will die from this, man. All right, but yeah, Esau likes to sugarcoat everything. You know, I'm about to read in a second. It says even more concerning, perhaps, is the fact that antibiotic-resistant germs can spread from people, whether they are displaying symptoms of infection or not, which means the germs can spread undetected. The CDC says in a study, in fact, 11% of screening tests confirmed the presence of the resistant germs in people with no symptoms. All right. The resistant bugs also spread between hospitals and healthcare facilities. And of the germs tested by the CDC, once again, 25% have special genes that allow them to spread their resistance to other germs. All right. So not only that this bacteria has resistance to a treatment, but it also spreads resistance to other germs, man. All right. So this is like a super bug, man. All right, for a lack of a better term. So it says each year about 2 million Americans become sick from antibiotic-resistant germs and 23,000 die. All right. The CDC notes that one study says up to 50%, and this is one I was saying about earlier about sugarcoat and everything, how Esau likes to sugarcoat stuff. So it says the CDC notes that one study says up to 50% of people infected with CRE will die from the bacteria. And it's more than that, man. All right. It's more than 50%, man. Okay. Otherwise, why would they be testing it? You know, if it was 50% of people infected with CRE would die from the bacteria, then why are they still testing it, man? All right. And what are they testing it for? Okay. Once again, the Georgia Guidestones, man. That's the agenda of the elites. Slack. All right, so yeah, that's it on that, man. Just this is what Esau is cooking up in the kitchen in the CDC, and this is what's going to come down the pipeline, man. But I want to go ahead and jump into the scriptures because this lines right up with the Bible, man, about the diseases and the plagues not written in the book. I'm about to read it. It's Deuteronomy 28th chapter and the 60th verse. It says, moreover, he will bring upon thee all the diseases of Egypt, in which this is directed towards our people, man. 2/3 of our people, because like I said before, Esau is the sword that the Lord is going to use against 2/3 of our people. All right, so this curse that I'm reading in Deuteronomy 28 chapter, in which if you read Deuteronomy 28 chapter, the 15th verse on down, it gives you a set of curses that was going to fall on our people for disobeying the law, statutes, commandments of the Heavenly Father, in which we did. All right, that's why we're here in this land known as America, which is Babylon and Great in the scriptures. Okay. So reading again, it says, moreover, he will bring upon thee all the diseases of Egypt, which thou was afraid of, and they shall cleave unto thee. Also every sickness and every plague, which is not written in the book of this law, which I just read. All right. It's not written in this book. All right. In which the Bible, the entirety of the Bible is the book of the law, by the way. All right. You can go read that in Joshua, the 1st chapter and the 8th verse, and you can go read that in the book of Baruch, the 4th chapter. Okay. It says, then will Yahweh Baal Shem Yahushai bring upon thee until thou be destroyed. Okay. So just like H1N1, Ebola, and now this new virus, this which they call a nightmare bacteria. Hey, this is what the Lord is going to bring upon our people, man. All right. Only the elect is going to make it through it, man. Only the election 144,000 is going to be able to make it through this coming onslaught, or should I say Jacob's trouble, all right, which is spoken about in Jeremiah the 30th chapter and the 7th verse. Okay, but I want to go ahead and grab another precept. This Psalms the 17th chapter in the 13th verse. It says, arise, O Lord, Yahweh Baal Shem Yahushai, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. All right, so the wicked, which is Esau, which once again is the so-called white man. All right. He's the wicked, in which that's the sword that the Lord is using against our people, man. All right. And like I said before, man, this is what we pray to the Heavenly Father, man, to deliver our soul from the wicked. All right, so that we won't be taken out by Esau. All right. In which, that's why we constantly do this work in fear. All right. And to trust Yahweh Baal Shem Yahushai when that day comes, man. All right. If we remain faithful. So I want to go from there. I want to get the book of let's see. Book of Micah, the 2nd chapter, in the 1st verse. It said, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their bed. So what is the number one nation on a set of nations that is devising iniquity and working evil upon their beds? It's the nation of Edom, Esau. All right. They devise iniquity, right? In which this place is full of iniquity, okay? And it said, and they work evil upon their beds. So from day unto night, they think of all new kinds of wickedness to commit and ways to destroy this, basically to destroy the planet Earth, man, because that's Esau has done a hell of a job doing that, man. All right. And especially our people, man. Esau has done a bang up job destroying our people spiritually, mentally, and physically. Okay. Verse 2, it said, and they covet fields and take them by violence at houses and take them away, so they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. All right. Even our nationality, man. So let's see. Well, no, that's not it. I'm thinking of another precept. Can't think of it right now. Yeah, can't find it right now. But that pretty much hits the point, man, concerning this this new disease now, this nightmare bacteria, which once again Esau is testing in the CDC, and it just falls right in line with prophecy, man. All right, concerning the plagues which are to come upon the soils of America, which is Babylon the Great. And this once again is going to be one of the devices that Esau is going to use against our people, which is going to come in Jacob's trouble. All right, and to meet their agenda, which is reduce population down to 500 million, in which they're going to attempt to do that. All right, and it's already in the books, man. Everything's being prepared for crunch time, man. So with that wraps up the video. Lord's will, you members of the Hopefully Elect were edified by this video, this lesson, and this, hey, this is another update on Esau's devices of wickedness or devices of destruction. So with that, once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Yahweh Kakwadash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. They continue to rule very well, and Shalom to the Hopefully Elect that's also laboring in his work, that's giving all diligence to make your call and election sure, and all faith, truth, and sincerity. And with that, we're going to say